Hi everyone. So for this week for the presentation, I decided to do the pre-Columbian Central and South American arts. So the first picture we have here is a picture of the standing ruler. Now this is from the Guatemala and Mayan culture. It was created during the late classical period, which is about AD 600 to 900. The figurine is of a Mayan lord, which is meant to represent an ancestor. The rectangular device over the mouth, right here, and along with the shield in one hand, closely resemble the accoutrements of the 9 ancestral figurines in the sarcophagus chamber of the Palenque's temple. The figure's wide belt, right here, once supported a back rack of feathers, and his knee-length apron is marked with a symbol of the world tree, the central axis of the Mayan world. The headdress recur in other portrayals of Mayan rulers. So they used to wear them a lot, and it was used to represent the rulers of the Mayan culture. And they represent his rank and the position of the person in the cosmos. The role of the figurines in Mayan belief and ritual isn't very clear, but their common appearance suggests that they're important in burials and in other religious rituals. Okay. So the second piece here is the urn in the form of the Kokio, god of lightning and rain. So this piece is from Mexico, and part of the Zapotec culture. It was created in the early classical period, from about 80 to 50 to 600. And it's made out of ceramic. It stands about 45 centimeters, so about 3 feet. And part of the culture was meant to worship gods. This urn represents the Koipo, the god of lightning and rain, and that's identified by the facial features. The tongue, right here, is a snake, and the dress is part of the priest deity, so the cloak that's covering him and the lines and all that right here. So the wave-like pattern and the tassels on the bottom are like a kilt kind of thing. Most of the urn was meant to represent the rain god and to connect the snake and the jaguar together. Okay. So the next one is the codex style vessel with 2 scenes of Powhatan instructing the scribes. It was possibly found in Mexico or Guatemala, and is part of the Mayan culture. It was created in the late classical period, about AD 600 to 900. It is made with ceramic and monochrome decoration. So it depicts 2 scenes with the deity Powhatan. and he was one of the principal gods of the Mayan scribes. And he's teaching some of the disciples. So he's recognized. Padawan is recognized by his age features, his headdress, right here, and his facial features. Padawan is holding a pointer and reading from a folded index, and he's looking directly at the individuals in front of him, and he's talking to them. In the second scene, Padawan is hunched intently forward and taps the ground and speaks to two more pupils, which is this scene right here. You can't see the other scene. It's on the other side of the pot. The first scene. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. So this guy is Akuhun. He's a keeper of the holy books. And he wears a turban with a bundle of quills. These are the quills right here. So Padawan's spoken words are made as a group of glyphs, which are these. They can be interpreted as receive my bad omens, is what he's saying. The Kodak style takes its name from a small group of vessels, painted with scenes, great realism, and the use of monochromatic lines. The Kodak style of ceramics gives an idea of the high elegance and the extraordinary delicacy that went into the Maya books. So this is the royal belt ornament. It was found in Guatemala and part of the Mayan culture. It was created in the early classical period, about 80 to 50 to 600, and the color is actually pale green, or pale gray and green jade, with red on the stone itself. It stands about 7 centimeters tall. And it's a decorated jade belt ornament. And it's originally created to go along on a belt, along with two others, that go on the belt of a priest or some high honor. One of the sides represents the full-length profile of the Mayan ruler, richly attired with regalia. You can see all the detail in his face, and on his clothes, and so forth. Excuse me. So the dark spots on his body signify the supernatural, and allude to the one of the hero twins of Mayan mythology. It's right there. And the dark spots. Yes. The smaller spots on his cheeks and nose, and a whisker-like element at the corner of his mouth, symbolize the kinship of a jaguar. So these right here. And that was meant to be, meant to be like a thing of like courage and, like honor and power and like that. A rope that extends from the belt down to the leg and supports a small figure of a Chak, the rain god, right here. Actually, it's this one, sorry. The headgear that he's wearing has a skull in it. It has where did I go? Has skull, jade beads, gesture god mask, and symbol of other rulers in it. On the reverse side of the principal elements of the encyclopedic text include the presentation of an object. It's like a badge or a kilt. The ruler is portrayed here. It's possibly called the Machaka. Machaak, if you want to look it up. Date suggesting that his death, he entered the water. It took place 9 days after the presentation of the object. So the presentation of this piece. The Mayan believed that the death of an individual when entered into a watery Mayan underworld before being reborn in the afterlife and rejoining in the sky. Okay, so this is the singing priest. It's kind of hard to see because some of it is faded, but the singing priest is right in this area. So, the singing priest was found in Mexico Valley, Mexico, and is part of the Teotihuacan culture. This was in our textbook, so excuse me for my pronunciation. It was made during the early classical period, about AD 250 to 600, and it's a fresco. So the city of Teotihuacan, is located about 30 miles from Mexico City and was the capital of Mesoamerica. Both the residential and ceremonial structures were in the Mayan culture, or the Teotihuacan culture, was characterized by slope and panel, which means there are platforms and then raises and so forth. And were decorated with frescoes. The frescoes were arranged in orderly sequences, depicting ritual images that appeared to represent ceremonies in which specific favors were sought from gods. So, if you walked along the cave, or along the walls in these buildings or temples, you'd see the ritual processes. So, in this mural, the priest or god costume and elaborately plumed headdress performs a ceremony involving the scattering of incense while singing. So he's singing, and there's the incense. The object of the ceremony seems to center on the glyph-like symbol to the left. And it depicts 5 Nangui spines dressed in a stack of reeds. Right here. The officiating figures holds an incense bag in his left hand with a flower-decorated water stream from his right. So these right here. Proceeding from his mouth is a large speech scroll edged with vegetation, probably meaning flowery song or the hearts, and other symbols in the scroll stand for the song's content. So there's little things in here, little images. There's a bird right here, and so forth, all right here. So I found this one was really, really cool. The ritual practices just came more alive. Okay, so the last image is the standing dignitary, and I have 2 minutes. Okay. So it was built in Mexico's Valley, Mexico. is about 30 miles northeast.